Hello, you should be able to hear me. So today I will be unboxing my next build, Daytime Meteor by Souling Toys. So let's see here. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm not sure how much I'll be talking for this one. This will be a longer video. It says like some 22 minutes long. Let's see here. Let me pull this all the way back to the start. And off we go. So every once in a while, the camera will shake. This is my phone connected to a phone mount that is on top of a tripod. And I'm sort of going to the left and right of a tripod. So the tripod's basically in front of me the whole time. So sometimes it moves. I don't know if I hit it or whatnot. Like my other unboxing videos, I start by measuring the box. Then I figure out opening it after showing what it looks like from all sides. This is a bigger box, as you can tell by the measurements. I do have some pictures that I have not prepared for this video, comparing it to other things. But I can't be bothered. It doesn't matter anyway. You can already tell how big the box is, and that's really all that matters. For this video, actually, no, I shouldn't do that. Okay. I was going to shuffle the music, but then I realized that would be harder for me to determine which songs I use for listing credits for legal reasons. So I'll not do that. So my original hobby knife, the silver one, doesn't cut as well anymore, and there's no replacement blade for it that came with it, to my knowledge at least. So I used my small one, the Alpha AK4, I think. So here I'm realizing that the way this box is closed means I'll need something I can use to open it. So I went and quickly got a butter knife from the kitchen. And as you can tell, it lines it up perfectly and allows me to more easily open the side. Now I go ahead and open both sides because I'm not sure what the heck this looks like inside. I have no idea. Now I do leave it in this orientation. That was me setting down the knife. It takes me a while, but eventually I figure out that I can sort of push from one side and get to slide out the other side. So that's what you'll see me do here shortly. Oh look, you got to see my head a little bit. Yeah, I wear a neck gaiter over my hair to keep it out of my face, and I keep my long hair in a ponytail. If you're wondering what I'm wearing, it is a coat by Lunafeed, however it's pronounced. So interior, it's premium Sherpa. And exterior, I don't know what it is, but it's the Finrear hooded cloak by Lunafeed. I wear it for these because I don't know. It's one of the rare times I can sort of show it off and whatnot. So here I'm trying to be incredibly careful, understandably so, in how I open this. I don't want to hurt what's inside. I'm also realizing in my head right now that the exterior box is in the way, so I gotta move that. So I believe that's what I do next. We'll see. Yeah, I moved that over to the side. So if you couldn't tell, the camera is above my head slightly, so I can't really see the camera too well, like the POV of it. I like this a lot. It has a really cool texture to it. It feels very premium. I look at the other side off camera in case it has some identifying information that I wouldn't want to be shown on screen. There was not, so I proceed. Now we're getting ready. There'll be some shaky camera here in a bit. A handful of times. I don't think I hit the thing. It just started moving on its own. So eventually, in the future, I'll have a better setup for this. But this is what I have to work with for right now. I do like how the camera can pick up microphone-wise some good sound. There it is. Like, I didn't feel that at all, so I must have brushed it with my arm or something. The sword looks quite nice. It's already in one part and everything. That's the front and back of, I guess it would technically be called a corset. I don't know. And so here, this is the reason the video is so long. Because I decide, like my other builds, that I should just go ahead and show the entire instruction booklet. Now, I'm not sure if this is something I should do for my unboxing videos or not. However, in this case, it was actually very interesting. So I do not speak Chinese. I do not know if this is Mandarin or I forget the name of the other one off the top of my head. So I have no idea what any of the character is saying or what their name is or anything like that. This is a very interesting instruction booklet in that this, I guess I'll call this character a mascot. The elf with Oni horns or whatever you want to call them. She shows up on basically every single page and says something or another. I don't know what she is saying, obviously, but it's very interesting, and I've not seen an instruction booklet that has stuff like this in it. So it's very interesting, and some of it's, you know, very cute, adds a lot of personality and flavor. And look how happy she is and how much she struggled in the other page with one of the legs. And even here, that looks kind of cool too. The way she's trying to put the sword in the sheath and whatnot. So from here, I think it's premising the steps and the runners needed for each step. So this booklet, this instruction booklet, has a lot of pages. If you're paying attention, it shows on the bottom the page number, and it also shows a percentage. So every single page you turn, it increases the percentage of the build by however much. So that's kind of cool. Eventually I get some half-ish way through the book, and it's easy for me to turn pages here right now, but later on I struggle. The way the book feels and stuff, like I just can't turn the pages the same way anymore once I get to a certain point. I forget where that point is, but then I just slow down because I struggle and I don't want to have to move around the camera and do all this other stuff. But as you can see, hopefully, The instructions are very clear and laid out. I mean, every single step is of decent size. Instruction booklet feels very nice, high quality. My main complaint from a content creator perspective, because my webcam lens has no filter for anything, I mean, it's just gonna reflect like crazy. So that's gonna be pretty annoying, because with the way I have to do the lighting and stuff, it's just gonna reflect like crazy. It's gonna be awful. So here, again, I start to really struggle. I don't know if it's just a psychological thing, but I just genuinely cannot turn the pages the same way anymore. It's either a me thing or it's the book thing, but that's an issue I have. I still think the inclusion of the mascot in showing everything is definitely really cool. You can tell whoever made this put a lot of effort and care into what they're creating. Not only designing the kit, but designing everything around the kit. And you don't really see stuff like this within instruction booklets. I certainly haven't with anything I've done. We're at 72 pages, by the way. It just gets crazier and crazier. The bottom of this page is funny because it shows the 3 question marks over the character's head as the mascot's pulling them over. It's very hilarious. Of course, here it has the action base. So the things that go on the side of the action base is to hold up the wings and I believe the tail. And there's a way you can have the character mounted. And then I missed it. I wasn't paying attention. And I realize it here that what I missed showing, or maybe it did show it, but I didn't tell, that there are decals on the right page. So then there's more of a decals here. And we're finally to the end. And it looks like these are just questions and answers for things. Going off of the little bit of English that I can see. So it looks like it's explaining what the different logos and stuff mean. And here's other pictures of the character, and of course trying to hook you in with all their socials and whatnot. All in all, it's a really cool instruction booklet. So now I look through more of his stuff, and here, as you can tell, oops, something fell out. So this is the investigation diary of, I can't even begin to tell you what name that is. It's like Gellar or something like that. Again, I can't really read that. And as you might expect, all of this is still in Chinese. So, but you can get the gist of what is being described, or just, you know, describing their observations of different ecology and whatnot. Here, I try to pull this up. So this is, I guess, a map of whatever area. It does have some names on it that are in Roman letters, as opposed to wherever Romanized writing, you know, like English or whatever. But wait, there's more. So this is just a little short story It is all in Chinese. So again, I have no idea what any of it says, but you can sort of tell by the punctuations and grammar and stuff that it is someone speaking in their own head, talking, and then encountering it's the encounter of the two characters, I would presume. So I'm sure there's a lot of wording used to describe where this encounter takes place, when it takes place, maybe words to describe what the characters look like, their personalities, etc., how they sound. As I understood it, a lot of this was stuff they include with some of the initial prints. I'm not sure if all of this extras, or rather, I'm not sure if all of this is extras, or if it will be included with every single one of these, even in the future reprints. What I do know is that this is the first kit in a new line of kits that they're wanting to put out. I'm not sure what the line of kits is called. I just know that this specific kit is called Daytime Meteor, and the second kit has already sort of been announced. And we've seen pictures of it and whatnot. We have a name for it and stuff. But these are just illustrations. I'm not sure if it would be fair to call this concept art, but these are definitely pretty cool. You can tell they went all out on this. Not only for the model kit itself, but sort of to establish the world this all takes place in and give people an introduction to everything, because this is more than just a one-off model kit. There's going to be a whole line of kits that they do, and they all take place in this fantastical world that we're creating. Now, I'm not sure the scope that they have planned, and I'm also not sure the success of this kit, because obviously the success of this kit in consecutive kits sort of determines how far this line goes. But I think it would be cool if enough of it takes place and is established and is popular enough that they do some sort of animated show for it at Dongwa. I think would be pretty cool. I mean, it's very, very high quality. Very impressive. You definitely feel like you have bought a premium product, and that the amount you paid for it is worth, like, what you get what you paid for, basically. Possibly more than that, especially when you consider other kits. So I noticed when I was taking this out that there's stuff on the box. So I'm sort of trying to show that off. Then I try my best to show stuff off without messing things up, but there is actually some stuff underneath here. So audio restore heart, or Aldo restore heart. I'm sure a lot of it would make sense if I were to translate the various writing in the instruction booklet and the lore stuff. This is a really cool inclusion. I'm not sure how much of that picture is an actual diorama that was made and that they then took pictures of, but it's still a really cool inclusion. And I'll definitely make use of that. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this now. I do not bother trying to put everything back in the box on stream, or rather in this recording. I just can't be bothered. It's just never gonna work. My memory might be good, but there are certain ways it is not. And if you were to ask me to put everything back in this box the exact same way I took it out, I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm just not gonna be able to do it. I did try off stream, and I clearly can't do it. All right, so I'd have to watch this video in reverse, basically, and put everything back in. if I cared that much, and I don't. So I will be thinking of ways to make these unboxing videos shorter. I think if I don't try to show the entire instruction booklet or what's inside the other stuff to as much detail, then it would go a bit better, or take a lot less time. But I still think it is important to properly unbox the entire kit and show what everything looks like with all the runners and stuff. I think that's a very, very important thing, and is very much so the reason why I'm doing these unboxing videos in the first place. Also, something I wanted to mention, for the small runner that you can see in the bottom left, the small purple runner, I want to say this is the second kit, or the first kit, that I've seen that has some sort of styrofoam something or another over some pointy bits to protect it. If I've seen it before, it would have been on something such as Motor Nuclear Xiaoyun, but I don't recall seeing that. But I almost want to say this is not the first time I've seen it. I just can't, off the top of my head, recall exactly whatever kit it might have been, because I've only made so many third-party kits, and it definitely would not be in a Gundam kit. But its inclusion is definitely very cool. And yes, there's all sorts of sparklies inside those wing effect parts. So one other thing I'm sort of thinking about when I'm doing all of this is the viability of painting these and doing custom detailing and stuff like that. I do want in the future to make my own custom paint job version of this. Seeing a bit more how the head goes together, I am a lot less likely to try to customize the head. Also, if I were to do my own custom build, I'd probably do something to these action base parts, you know, paint them or something. Then here's some other stuff. So there are some metal parts for joints of the dragon. Oh, you guys see my head again. And here I'm done. I hit my hand on my leg on a stool thing that I have to stand on to be able to interact with the camera. But yeah, so that was it. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing. Hopefully my yapping didn't get in the way too much. I guess like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will be building this kit soon as my schedule allows. So keep an eye out for those videos as well. And I will catch you in the next one.